Hey everybody!
Hello there.
MaJeliv here, we are the Vasquez family, and in today's video, we are going to be reacting to the final part of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney+. Man, I don't even know what to say. There is so much that's been leading up to this. Last episode was absolutely insane. There was so much going on. This is a 51-minute episode, so it's the longest episode since the first episode. So we can expect to see a lot. They're definitely going to have to wrap up a lot in this episode because there's just so many things that are still being, developed and closed up. So we are extremely eager. There's things that have been hinted at that we don't know if they're going to come to fruition until we watch. So we're very eager to jump in. As for any frequent MaJeliv viewers, I'm sure you guys can tell that we are missing one of our 5 MaJeliv members, the MaJeliv dad. He is missing from his spot over there, all for good reasons. Gratefully, he is out of town working on a TV show, so that is,
But through the Force, he is present.
Through the Force, he is present. That's correct.
Yes.
Obviously, we are huge Star Wars fans, and not watching the final part with him here is oh man, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It definitely sucks. But we, it's good problems to have, and we're extremely grateful for the opportunity. But we will have a chance to talk to him after this episode. He'll share his commentary. And we'll love to share this with him regardless. We'll find a way. We'll make it work. But they don't want that to hold us back from sharing this with you all as it releases today. So we're going to jump right in to this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoy our reaction. And here we go. Part 6, the final part of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's do this thing.
I have butterflies.
Me too.
Did you really believe?
I did not see it, youngling.
Does wonders for the will to live, don't you?
Wonders for the will to live, don't you think?
I don't like Sam.
It's Rob Carson irritated. I think that's
everywhere.
Wait your turn. You can have what's left when I'm done.
Whoa. How did she... What?
She has a bandage. It's okay.
I guess now that Force Healing's canon.
She also got stabbed by a lightsaber. Like, it instantly seals it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Cauterizes the wound.
Yeah.
But Qui-Gon got stabbed.
Yeah, but then...
How did she get there?
That's what I'm saying.
They're still flying?
A tattoo is closer.
She apparated.
Proximity.
Increase firepower.
Okay, I'm sorry, but for that shuttle to be dodging those bullets, look at this. Oh.
Millennium Falcon did it.
I'm working on it, but those shields won't last forever. How much time do you need?
Dude, she is Leia.
Oh,
Howdy.
it's Luke.
What do you need, kid?
No, wait, you can't just leave me here.
I'm the one that Vader wants. If I go, he will follow.
I'm not letting you.
Leia, please. You must get these people out of here. You are all the future. You are the future. You're what needs to survive.
You must promise me that you'll get her home, Haja, as soon as I'm in the clear. You have my word.
I like his character, man.
Where's he gonna go? Is there a pod?
No, Matt. He's gonna hold his breath.
How did she know it was here?
That's a beautiful
All I know
house.
is she's coming. Ben is gone.
Whose fault is that? I'm not putting anyone else in danger, Owen. We're enough. You and me.
Okay.
Okay. I love that.
I have something for you. Rokan found it before we got out. She would have wanted you to have it.
Is that the one she uses?
It's empty.
Well, I wasn't going to give you a blaster, Leia. 10 years old.
Oh, man.
Man,
That is the same one.
The lightsaber?
That little belt.
Yeah.
You want to do it. It's about you and him.
Bro, Roken.
I know, man.
He's so great.
There are not many leaders left. People follow you. Don't stop.
Just get started.
Yeah.
The beginning of the rebellion.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Leia is there too, so like.
Strings, bro.
John Williams.
If
If anything goes wrong, you know what to do. You run.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid. Oh man, they did not do that. That
Of course
is.
they did.
Oh.
Whoa.
Where is he?
What planet is this?
Now where is he?
Oh.
Why would Reva go after
I
this
know.
guy?
What does she want?
What the heck does this woman want?
That's the perimeter.
Dude. Oh my gosh. This is not happening right now.
Have you come to destroy me, Obi-Wan?
I will do what I must.
Oh.
Oh, man. The stance. Oh my gosh.
Dude. Oh man.
Oh man.
Dude. She better not start singing. Oh, and
Trying to go out big?
yeah, seriously.
Come on. It would have been a great arc if you just died. I'm telling you,
Dude, the music callbacks, right?
Your strength has returned. But the weakness still.
Dude, he chucked that thing.
I've been loving the look of the lightsabers.
Oh yeah.
This show.
Oh no. Higher ground.
The high
Is
ground.
he gonna say high ground? No, don't be cheesy, right?
Yeah.
But
it was
but we
implied.
get it.
It
But
was
we get
implied.
it. Ow.
What the heck? What is wrong with her?
What do you want?
Seriously, what do you want?
Justice for what? Owen taking on an Inquisitor though. Come
Yeah,
on.
come on, dude.
Come
Owen's a
on.
legend. They are the hope.
Where's his saber though?
He's got it.
Oh!
Gosh. Yeah.
Ow.
Dude, when you have Luke and Leia on your mind,
Yeah.
you're doing everything in your power to protect them. Dude, I've never seen him this
Yeah.
powerful before.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, why? I don't understand.
No.
I don't know. She's dying. She's delirious.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh, shoot.
You weakened him, man.
Just so sad when you see Vader, man. He's just machine.
Machine and brokenness.
So much tragedy, yeah.
Anakin.
Anakin's gone. I am what remains.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anakin. For all of it.
I am not your failure.
Obi-Wan.
You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. The same way I will destroy you.
Then my friend is truly dead.
Obi-Wan!
And his eyes turned yellow again. He was Anakin for like a second. No way, man.
I love that we get to see that confrontation though, because we never got to see any of this.
No, never. It's just so sad, dude.
Okay,
But
where
it's
is
like-
this going?
It's like Anakin came through. His voice even lightened. Did you see it? And the blue light was on him.
Yeah. She's becoming what he is. Yeah.
Can't get over that scene with Anakin and Obi-Wan. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't do it. I failed him. He killed them all and I couldn't do it.
You have honored them. Who you become now. It is up to you.
Man.
You seem agitated, my friend.
He will not obey me again. I serve only you, my master.
There it is. Dang, man.
Epilogue.
Epilogue, yeah. Please. God, if it ended there, I would have been so
Yeah.
pissed.
I would have said, "Oh, we know that."
Yeah.
Oh look, we're back
We
on
know
the road.
that.
Oh, she's putting the belt on.
Dude, I cannot believe this.
Well, if you ever need my help again, you know where to find me.
Oh.
What do you think I should do?
I think you should sleep.
Princess Leia Organa, you are wise, discerning, kind-hearted. These are qualities that came from your mother, but you're also passionate and fearless, forthright, and these are gifts from your father. Both were exceptional people who bore an exceptional daughter. I wish I could tell you more.
Thank you. Will I ever see you again?
Maybe. Someday. If you ever need help from a tired old man. But you must be careful.
Goodbye. Obi-Wan.
Goodbye, princess. May the force be with you.
Oh, man.
His outfit, man. The suit from A New Hope.
Oh my gosh.
No. Look at him, man. That's the suit from A New Hope.
Yeah, man. He looks so,
Yeah,
so
he looks
like,
so good.
elegant.
You want to meet him?
He looks so clean with
Yeah.
that outfit, man.
Hello there.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Hello there. Kenobi. I hope you're having one Obi-Wan heck of an evening. Oh.
Oh
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Left. No.
No way.
Master Qui-Gon.
Well, took you long enough.
Beginning to think you'd never come.
I was always here, Obi-Wan. You just We're not ready to see.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man. Oh, and that's where he finds him, dude, with the Tuscans. Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh man.
My gosh, man. Andrew Stanton again.
What a show.
There's so much. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is obviously the battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin, or Vader, I should say. Was one so epic, seeing those two battle again, especially now that Obi-Wan was finally in tune with the Force. Seeing some of those moves that we had not seen him do in a very long time. But just I think sometimes Vader's existence, it just really emphasizes the tragedy and the sadness of Anakin's story. It was so beautifully told, the way that you could almost see Anakin come through for a little bit. It was very, I don't want to say bizarre, but eerie. It was almost very very sad, just the way he was able to come through to tell him, almost comfort him for just a second, that you did not fail me, Obi-Wan, and then it cuts right back to
Vader.
To Vader. You know, Vader quickly takes over, and truly it was an inner battle that Anakin had with himself. And then obviously that last scene we see with him and the Emperor, him saying that he means nothing to him, just means that he's let him go until, of course, they meet again in A New Hope. And then with Leia, I mean, I think this whole show emotionally is Obi-Wan's closure with his failure with Anakin, and then him letting go of, you know, seeing the hope in Leia and Luke and trusting in their existence and trusting in what they're called to be. And clearly that's of course when he sees Qui-Gon, that's of course when he can now learn how to become a Force ghost to then later help Luke even further. But I don't know, to me I feel like they wrap things up well, especially with Reva.
Yeah, that was great as well.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was very like, what is she doing? What is
Yeah.
she doing? And like, you know, it felt very much like not a side quest or like it was extra or that they needed to cover ground with Luke, but in terms of wrapping her character up and knowing that she isn't Vader and she doesn't die, she's still alive. She's just living her life on Tatooine.
Seems she needed to go through that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people had to go through a lot of the things we saw in this show.
Yeah.
I think the closure that Obi-Wan was able to find with himself, being able to kind of let go of the blame for Anakin's death, and for him to be able to truly say goodbye to Anakin, and now, you know, embrace the Jedi in him, and the ability to kind of let go that the two kids will be okay, and that destiny will find a way of doing what it needs to in the future, that things are just going to be the way they're meant to be.
Right.
That he doesn't have to try to control so much. I love the closures that we got within this show for the movies.
Yeah.
The way that it just filled in those gaps so beautifully.
My favorite one was Leia, because musically, the way that they were like hinting at it, and then they finally played her theme, and it was just like, yes.
Well, she's the one that calls him back, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just thought about this. She doesn't really meet him again, because when they go to the Death Star, by the time that they save her,
It makes me want to watch A New Hope now.
He's already, you know, fighting Vader, and right. And remember, yeah. So, just you add all those layers, and it just I feel like this show did what it was supposed to do, and it enhances what we know from Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. And I do think, you know, him meeting Luke, him meeting Leia was important for his own, you know, for, like you said, Mom, for him to close one chapter and begin a new one. I mean, he doesn't even live. He's truly let go. And I think him holding on to Luke and being so close for so long was a fear of his, you know. And it's not ironic. I mean, it's just beautiful how it's when he lets go of fear that things start to move in the way that they're supposed to.
I also feel like he was trying to keep the kids protected for Anakin's sake. He was trying to hold on to this reality that maybe Anakin can come back and become a father to these kids if he can just get Darth Vader out of the way. And I think this show demonstrated that Anakin is truly dead, or so we see now.
He is for a while until Luke
revives. Right.
Well, and then it fits perfectly because I just remembered it makes sense now why he would tell Luke that, you know, his father was killed by Vader.
Exactly.
because I mean, it came out of Vader's mouth. Man, and I also love, you know, again, Alderaan and Organa's, even that, like, it makes the Death Star killing Alderaan that much more impactful.
More
and
tragic.
You see the remnants with Roken of the rebellion, or rather, I mean, the rebellion, I'm sure at this point is already moving, but it's more of like these different pockets in the galaxy starting to come together to become an overall movement, you know?
And I think, you know, it's not just... Not that it's a laughable moment in Star Wars A New Hope, but, like, we've never been to Alderaan, and we only know that it's sad because, you know, Princess Leia is distraught about losing her own planet.
Right.
But to actually go on the planet and to see the beauty of it, to see it destroyed,
Yeah.
there's a little bit more weight to it, as opposed to the scale of this Death Star blowing up a planet. Like, I think it really grounds it to another level. So it's uplifting the original. It's just truly beautiful.
Yeah.
And they set it up again. Even like obviously emotionally, it sets it up, but physically, like what he was wearing, and you know him going into the valley where Luke again finds him. From what I remember, I mean,
Yeah. I think it's gonna mean so much more to watch the original films after seeing this, because it fills in those weird gaps that when you watch the originals, you're just like, you know, what's the story behind all of that? It doesn't mean as much. Now it means so much more, I think, because of what they've created in this show.
I think because there was no bridge, it was hard to sometimes see it was a cohesive story because of obviously the time difference and stuff. But now I know for me, maybe you guys agree, seeing Vader with half of a mask and to see Hayden's face
To hear him.
as Anakin and to hear him with like the distorted James Earl Jones voice.
I think that's what he needed.
Now you see the correlation, and it's easier to watch A New Hope and to imagine Hayden there, you know, to imagine that, you know, the Anakin we know there.
It's like they beautifully connected the prequels to the original trilogy.
Yeah.
You know, with like the gaps that we had of Vader saying, "We meet again, Obi-Wan," or "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." Like, why is he her only hope? You know, it all makes sense now. Everything came full circle.
And now we know
great.
about the Jedi movement, I guess. What happened to the Jedi after?
Yeah,
They're in hiding. You know, now this big naval ship, like, took off. The spaceship with all these people in it. You know, now you see, okay, well, this is kind of... It shows us what happened, and, you know, with these people in hiding, how there's now a group of people... The rebellion, basically.
Yeah.
Roken, the start. I'm just getting started. What a man.
Yeah.
It's a great role.
Like the fact that she has Tala's holster, and like it's one thing to, you know, add things from the prequels to kind of tie it into the original trilogy, but then you can grab things from the original and add more meaning to it. Things that, you know, I'm sure George Lucas had some kind of idea of the Clone Wars and the prequels at the time he was making the original trilogy, but there were certain things in it that they were able to now add more weight to. You know, like a holster that Leia owns, or rather the nature of different things in those stories. So
He also inspired Leia to want to pursue justice and want to take that path of, you know, wearing the boots and wanting to make change and
eventually becoming a general. Yeah.
right. It's like he inspired that in her to want to pursue that, and I think that's just so much more beautiful. So.
Yeah. No, it really is. It's absolutely wonderful. And man, I can't wait to talk to Dad about this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to Dad about this. To hear his thoughts. Which, speaking of his thoughts, we're going to cut now to his commentary, what he thought of this episode. And definitely, once he gets back, we will be having a family discussion as to what we witnessed here. So we're going to jump into his commentary, and we'll catch you guys after.
I absolutely loved this. I absolutely loved this because, well, primarily, I'm trying not to get emotional. When you watch now New Hope and you have this princess, you know, we don't know who she is before this series. We know, I mean, I guess today's kids and Star Wars fans, we all know who Princess Leia is, but if you watch this movie in 1977, A New Hope, I mean, and it's just a princess in distress, right? And she's calling for help from some Obi-Wan Kenobi. Who's that? And now all of those questions are answered, and there's layers upon layers of story, rich story of family feud, broken family, dysfunctional family, whatever have you. I mean, who can't relate to that? It's just wonderfully done, wonderfully done. And I mean, come on, Vivian, the little actress Vivian is remarkable, makes the show. This makes the show. Ewan McGregor once again shines, and we see Obi-Wan, even after all these years and after all of the loss and the tragic loss of his friend, he still finds his form to defend these two children. You know, I love this. I was concerned about the Reva storyline. I just couldn't understand why she's going after the boy, but she clearly understands who he is. So I'm still left with questions there because, well, for one, I was grateful to see, and I kind of expected that she would not obviously strike Luke down. Obviously, he's alive. So there's a lot of moments that I think a lot of fans would be like, well, we know he survives. However, if you put yourself in Owen's shoes and Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, and then Obi-Wan in that moment when Reva is walking up to them with Luke in her arms, they don't know. They don't know he's alive. So of course I empathize with them. I mean, it's Luke. It's the kid. It's the baby they've raised up to this point. It's their child essentially, and he is possibly dead. That's not an okay moment at all. Look, I absolutely loved this show. It does leave me questions with Reva. Where is she at today? I can't wait to talk to the kids about this one. There's a lot of emotional there. You know, the comment that Obi-Wan tells Luke in The New Hope that your father was killed by Darth Vader. You see the fundamental truth that becomes. It's not just this cover story that Obi-Wan comes up with to not tell the truth. It is the truth. Darth Vader indeed killed Anakin. So I love that has gravitas and truth, and it does not discredit who Obi-Wan is. And then, of course, the long-awaited moment for Master Qui-Gon to show up, and we clearly see the training continue for Obi-Wan, where Master Qui-Gon teaches him a more powerful way to be a master for Luke, a more powerful way to prepare for Luke to be who he must become potentially. And then it happens. And now A New Hope, listen, how exciting is it to watch A New Hope now? I mean, it was always exciting. It was always life-changing. And now we add these layers of storytelling. Again, the one loose thread that remains is Reva. I'm not sure where that goes. Very curious. I'm super thrilled for the character arc and the actress Moses Ingram. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm tired. I was working all day today, but you did a fantastic job. They gave you an element of a story, and they brought this parallel to what the aftermath of what Anakin became could potentially be. So I absolutely love the work that you did on Reva, and I love that storyline. I just want to see where it goes. I feel like it's the one, like, well, what happens now with that one? Whereas every other character in this, we really do know what happens. And is there more in between? I don't know. I don't know that you need to tell any more in between as to what happens to Darth Vader after this, or Uncle Owen and Beru. You know, everyone's obviously Alderaan. We know what happens with Princess Leia and Alderaan. Reva is the new twist, and you can sense that the refugees in the path become a part of the resistance, perhaps, or rather the rebellion. You know, the Rebel Alliance that comes later, but. So much to digest. I'm gonna sit with this one. It's really late. I really need to get to rest, and then I'm gonna share with Jenny and the kids my absolute joy for this episode. I saw the best of my favorite Jedi, and his prime, and now his death, his sacrificial death in A New Hope, carries even more power. And now that frustrated teenager that I was when I first saw it, and I was like, why did this man die so soon? No, he didn't die too soon. He died exactly where he needed to, precisely when he intended to. And that is everything. To know your calling, to know when it's time to exit. What a gift. What a gift. We say, there's a saying we have, which is, you know, we pray for a peaceful death, a death that is intentional and that truly takes us into the next life, into a life of rest and eternity. And I can't remember what saint it is that says it, but I absolutely love that. And I feel like, for me personally, Obi-Wan embodies that. To live such a life where you can transition into the afterlife with a sense of peace and calm and mission accomplished. And to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and Deborah Chow and the whole team, mission accomplished with Obi-Wan Kenobi for me. I thank you. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for the humanity, all of it. It just works. I'm tired. I'm at a loss for words, but I'm extremely grateful for this show. Absolutely wonderful. I really hope that someday I can be a part of the Star Wars universe. It would be more than a dream come true. I especially pray that for my son Matthew, and of course the rest of the kids, but especially for him. One of the first things we did together as a acting moment, we didn't plan it. We played out the scene where I played Master Qui-Gon and he was young Obi-Wan, and when Qui-Gon is lost to Darth Maul, we acted that out, and Matthew was like 4, 5 years old. It was amazing. It was remarkable. We were just playing, and now we're actors, and we get to hope that we can be in a show like this or something in the Star Wars universe. So here's hoping. There's always hope, right? There's always hope. Friends, thank you so much. May the Force be with you, and thank you for watching this commentary. What a thrill. What a thrill.
All right, so there was our dad's commentary on the Kenobi finale. We can't wait to talk to him again, like we said, and we just loved being able to share this whole show with you guys. It's just such a great... I mean, we don't get Star Wars stuff often, because, I mean, not as often, I would say, as we have gotten Marvel stuff. So Star Wars stuff comes every I would say every season or every other season. So, you know, whenever it does come around, it's just awesome to share it with all of you. So, just thank you for joining us today. We hope you guys enjoyed our reaction. We hope you enjoy this entire series of Kenobi. And if you guys enjoy what we're doing here on this channel, you guys can check out more MaJeliv content by clicking the link in the description or with this card above, where you guys can check out exclusive MaJeliv content as well as a chance to support us monthly, and your support monthly would help us to create more videos on YouTube here, but you would also have access to exclusive reactions that we do on there, as well as your support monthly would help fund and help us produce the creative projects that we are creating on our MaJeliv Creative channel. There will be a link to that channel at the end of this video as well, so just kind of look out for that. But on this channel, we will be continuing to create creative content as a family of artists and actors. We have a lot of ideas and things that we are developing currently. So if you want to be a part of that, you want to be an official producer of MaJeliv on here and on that creative channel, you want to be a part of the ride, you guys can check that out. But regardless, you being here today means a lot to us. So thank you. We're extremely grateful for your support. And with that, go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys in the next MaJeliv video.
Have a MaJeliv day.
Bye.